Hello and welcome, everyone looking beautiful. We are just letting in some people in, and I'll make Javier a co-host. Can I do that? Does it show up for you, people coming in?
No one is popping up for me
Yeah,
yet. Did
no
you
one
make
right
me
now.
co-host?
It doesn't come up. Well, I'll do that. It just doesn't show up the option of adding you as a co-host, just like a host.
Oh yeah. I think that's a new Zoom thing. April, do you know about that? I saw you go like you were gonna correct me. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I think it's only an option to do host. There's not a co-host option as I've seen
Okay.
recently.
Yeah, I think it's like I have to add you in the settings or whatever. Well, welcome everybody. As everyone is coming in, I will start sharing this presentation, not presentation, this thing. Where is it? It's new. Okay. You're gonna see everything. Okay. Hello and welcome week 2. Let's get started. We have a bunch of stuff to go through today, so I want us to go through everything. I'm feeling better with the computer stuff. I actually know where stuff is now. So that was my moving forward action this week, kind of like get this stuff sorted out. So yes, hello. I hope you have your tea. I have some Japanese green tea. Oh, and this is my mug from this manifestation course I'm taking. And I know there was some chamomile, something, Nick, and then some fancy Victoria. I don't know. That was really cool. What's the meeting password? Passcode.
I got it.
Thank you. So get your tea. I actually love coffee, but I'll do it just for you guys. Okay, so what happened last week? Maybe you partied a lot last weekend, so you don't remember what happened. So we talked about welcome to the best 24 weeks of your life, which some people will be like, oh, that's debatable. I've had better weeks. But what we want to, the vibe that we want to bring with this is, well, now we have these 23 weeks that we're going to spend together. Our energies are coming together. We're meeting new people. We kind of have like this focus time. And so why don't we make them, the best weeks that we've had so far? And so we're using 2 questions to kind of bring that in, which is where I am right now, like what is happening in your life, what is coming up for you, what are you feeling, what is challenging, what are you enjoying, and then where do I want to be by the end of this program. So picture yourself September 26, 27, and what would you want to have in your life by that time? If that feels too like, I can't think about September, I'm like trying to survive this week, that's totally fine. That makes sense. But if you just had like a magic wand and you're like, okay, if I could do anything, what would I love to have in this couple of weeks? So that's kind of like a framework for us to organize our minds, to let our mind know like, okay, we're doing this and we're committed to this and we want to create something cool out of this. Each person will have their own thing, like what resonates with them. And that's great. So we also went through the details of what the calls how the calls are gonna be organized, when the breaks are. And actually, let's go see it. So we're gonna have we're gonna have 11 weeks of live calls. 2 of them will probably be pre-recorded. And then we have 2 weeks of break. Yay. I think that's like the last week of June. It's like in July and last week of June, I think. And then other 11 weeks of live calls, and then the celebration, the last week of the celebration. it happens that the last day, Tuesday, is my birthday. So you might be also invited to my birthday, and we could just make it a whole big old party. And so this gives us like 2 90 days blocks. And it's proven that when people work in these 90-day chunks, it's a good time to go through your goals and make significant advancement, and have time for your body to adapt to it. Also, we talked about how we're going to go through the call. So doors will be open 5 minutes before. So I know that sometimes we're just like, I'm saying this for myself. In my mind, I have 7:30. So I'm just like in the computer at 7:30. But that takes like some time to get to Zoom and all that stuff. Or like when I have rehearsal at 11, I'm like, okay, preparing to get there at 11. But then I realize that I have to like take my violin out and actually like be ready a few minutes before. So that's why I've opened 5 minutes before, so you actually get here. I learned this from my friend Amanda Suko, that they would put like a prompt, like they would share their presentation, put a prompt on something they can, let me admit these people, something they can focus on during that time. So I like that. I'll put something, sometimes we'll be like reviewing stuff for last time, or sometimes it'll be something fun, or maybe a joke or something, I don't know. And then we'll go into our introduction and centering exercise or meditation, our land acknowledgement, the value of the week, the agenda for the day. And then the other chunk is the part where we're going to talk about education and human values. And that's what EHV stands for. Then we'll review the book if there's a reading for that day, and then questions and housekeeping. So our minds like structure, repetition, or predictability. So we're going to use that structure, and in between that structure, of course, we're going to flow in it. And besides the live calls, we're making the agreement that you'll do the reading, so you know what we're talking about. The EHV practice for the week, there might be something every week to work on. And this is, I mean, it's not like you have to do it, but we highly encourage for you to connect with someone, maybe someone that you don't know, and just be like accountability buddies, or just like someone that you can ask questions, or just like, hey, I'm having a hard time with this concept or whatever, and you can just like connect. So I'll give you some instructions on that later. And then other events, like we like to do sometimes potlucks if you're in Chicago, or we might do like I don't know, watch a movie everyone together, or something like a movie that can support what we're learning. So that's some of what we went through last week. And yeah, kind of making the agreement of like making your the best you can to show up. Of course, there's going to be recordings, but there's always something about showing up here, seeing everyone. I've taken a lot of online courses, and to be honest, that many times that I've gone and like saw the recording were very minimal. And so, you just like, you're making this time for yourself, making a commitment. Same thing, you commit to watch your show every week that is coming out. You're like, okay, it's just this hour that I'm joining this call with these people, and that's it. And of course, having your camera on so that we can interact, see each other, and all of that. So we went through introductions, which we're going through today as well, and what's in it for you. We are very empathetic people, and always wanting to give to others, which that we already know. So we're bringing the focus, actually, thanks to my friend Melody, who told me about this, what's in it for you. So when it's hard to show up, or you're just like, why am I in this mentorship program again? You can come back to this and be like, okay, it's because, I see my students every day. I see, unfortunately, these kids being shot for going to a wrong address, like these things that bring it back to like, well, I want to create the space for kids to grow up to be adults that just show up in their best self. And we talked about the moving forward action. So that's what happened, either if you were not here or you forgot. So just some reminders again, if you were not here, make sure that you're receiving my emails. That's where I send most of the information. Make sure that you're in the WhatsApp group. If not, you can type in the chat right now if you either are not receiving emails or you're not in the WhatsApp group or having any issue. And also I sent some calendar invites to your email, I think, that has the Zoom link. So you can add that to your calendar. I think it works with Google Calendar and Apple Calendar, I think. But the way it's already in your calendar, make sure you're in Mighty Networks to get the recordings. And I just want to show you the way, you can join Mighty Networks. Are you seeing like my browser, not the presentation? Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, Andrea. No, I'm not gonna say hello. Oh my goodness. Yes. I just want to show this. Oh my God, tell me about you. Well, I'm not seeing it. So you should be able, let me go. Well, I don't have it here. Never mind. That's where you're able to see the recordings, and I just put the schedule in there and the slides. So usually you will see the recording, and then on the comments is where the slides are. Okay, enough of that. Okay, and make sure you have a notebook or a journal. This is for, yes, you can take notes, but also it's to write whatever things come up for you. So, if there's something that you're like, what is she talking about? Or like, I've just never seen it that way, or how am I gonna apply this with my students or with my kid or at work? That journal is kind of like all your thoughts are gonna go in there, so you can have somewhere to put them. And yes, it's also where, if something is resonating with you, you can really put it there. Can we work on how to access the Mighty Network recordings after? Yes. Thank you, Nick. We can do that. And if I forget, let me know again. We can do that. Okay. And I just want to touch on any one of you that has already been in the mentorship program. Each year will be like a new iteration, and there's going to be new things, of course. I also am working on additional reading list that it will be by request. Not that I don't want to share with you guys, but I just want you all to like overwhelm yourself with readings. So there's always new ways to see things and new things to know. And I will ask you at some point to be also like a mentor for the people who are just joining this year. So that's that for you. Okay, little kitty. So please find a comfortable position wherever you are sitting or laying down, I don't know. And start to close your eyes, blink and start to close your eyes. And just notice how your body is feeling. How's your heartbeat? Is there any spot that feels like tension or pain? Make sure that your back is straight. And so in a minute, I'll ask you to take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, you're going to think the word release. So let's go. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and think the word release. Don't have to worry about what you need to release. Your body knows what to release in every breath out. So let's take another deep breath in. think the word release and breathe out. Okay, and let your eyes start to blink again, open. Come back to this moment. And I'm going to read the land acknowledgement. And by the way, if anyone who is not in Chicago and is interested in adding here the indigenous communities of your land, send me a message and I will edit this one so it includes everyone. So today we honor the traditional homelands of the, sorry, my chat is in the way. Council of the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, Odawa nations, as well as the traditional homelands of the Kickapoo, Peoria, Kaskaskia, and Miami, the original peoples of Chicago, Illinois. Till this day, Chicago is one of the largest urban indigenous communities in the US. We celebrate the natural beauty, culture, community, and connection with Mother Earth that our indigenous siblings have preserved over the centuries. Right. The human value for this week is right action, and the sub value is patience. Patience, patience. The thought of the week is patience is my virtue. So as you are muted, just say after me, patience is my virtue. Close your eyes, say it again. Patience is my virtue. You can open your eyes, and the objective is to create a loving and safe environment around you by practicing patience, understanding, and empathy. Allow yourself and others to make mistakes because we're all doing our very best every day. So your very short and juicy action for this week pertaining human values is to write this, the universal human value and the sub value, and the thought of the week somewhere in your house or at your work or in your classroom, wherever you can see it every day, your mirror, and just repeat the thought of the week. Patience is my virtue. And that's it. No need to do more if you want to do more, of course. But that's just to get us into the practice of sharing always remembering what is the universal human value, the sub value, and the thought of the week. Something that I like Javier does, he's a high school teacher. And so at first, he would just write it on his whiteboard, just put the human value, the universal human value, the sub value, and the thought of the week, but without saying anything to his students. And then the students would be like, Mr. Villano, what is that? And then he would go into, saying what that was. But that creates, that's a way of creating curiosity and not being like, oh, okay, today this is going to be our value, but putting it up there. You can do that with your students if you want to go for it, do that right away. Also with your family or friends or roommates, you can do that too. So write it somewhere that is visible and have fun. Okay, so we already reviewed last week's call. If I'm going fast, is because I feel like we have a lot to cover today, but I'm going to take a deep breath in. It's going to be fine. And we're going to continue with the What's the Tea introductions. Very fun to see who else here was going to share with us. We're going to touch on what is human values, a very short introduction, and then we're going to review the 4 agreements introduction in chapter 1. The moving forward action for some of you to share, questions and housekeeping, and then a fun survey that I'll tell you about. Okay, can you go back a slide for 1 second? Yes. There you go, Tracy. I'm reading the chat. Oh yes, we have meditation every week on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central. So Javier put the WhatsApp link on the chat. We'll put the link to a Zoom call in that chat every week. Last week we had our dear Miran lead meditation. you can also lead meditation one of those days. So get in contact with us if you want to do that. Yes, and it's be super helpful. It's like a very easy way, like a very easy commitment to meditation. If you've never done meditation, and you're like, I don't know where to start, or I don't quote unquote have time for it, this is a great way to like just sign in on a Sunday night for like at most 30 minutes. You don't have to have your camera on, and you just receive what you need, and then you go off to the rest of the day. And yes, you can get the value. This thing that you see here in this slide is a screenshot of the email newsletter that you can receive every week on your email, with other teaching techniques that we'll see later, like activity or song or story. Thank you. Okay, so what's the tea? I wanted to remind us to, every time we hear someone share a story, either be me or someone here, one of your peers, that listen for what resonates with you. If you read the reading today from the 4 agreements, they talked about people are mirrors to us. So, yes, the story of a person is particular of that person. So use it as an opportunity to see what that is mirroring back to you. So if you experience like jealousy or like judgment to that person, that is kind of like a reflection for you to see like, oh, what is happening? Why am I feeling like judgment toward that person? Or more so, how am I judging myself, for example? So I feel like we'll talk more about that, but that's a great moment to use your journal and like, even if it's no one is gonna read your journal, you can put like, oh my God, like what the heck is Andrea saying? Like, I don't know, I don't have any idea what she's talking about. Like that will reflect what is going on in your mind, and then we can work with that. So before that, yes, we're changing like our email marketing platform. So make sure you use the link that Javier sent. Hi, Ilich. And I'm sure Javier can take care of that. Tracy, thank you. Okay, let's go to this. Brahmana, are you there?
No.
No, Brahmana is not here. Okay, then let's keep going. Jamie introduced themselves last time. Teal as well. Abril as well. Ooh, oh, Nick. Okay. I see you did some work on it. Wait, you want to give us like an update? Since I think this deserves an update.
Yeah, I was so like frustrated last week that I was like, no, I will fit the things in there. And I had a conversation with Javi earlier this week, and we were discussing how I already kind of create these collages, and they kind of like are the way I visualize it in my mind, like cork boards. So the center is a cork board that I already keep that has a lot of keepsakes and memories. It has obituaries from family members that have passed away, superheroes that I like. I love this picture of me and my brother dressed up as pirates in a Halloween. It's also got equipment and my bike for the trip that I'm planning in September. I'm currently trying to learn Dutch. So I have this picture of the side of a Dutch milk. Apparently milk is milk in Dutch. I love pot stickers. They are my comfort food. I love making them, eating them, and ordering them. And I feel like this post box ripped up from its foundations and just put on top of a new foundation. I'm also reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F word. So, or listening to the audiobook.
Yes,
So,
I think we can curse here.
Yeah, okay, cool. good to know. Some people consider me crass sometimes for swearing. But uh, I was so perturbed by not being able to put more than my name last time. I was like, no, I will. If for I didn't think you would stop on me, but I was like, if for nothing else, for myself, for the exercise, I'll do it.
That's great. I love it. I love yeah, it's like your pictures. I love all of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a book for our library. I haven't read that one. I feel like that would be really good for me. A counterintuitive approach to living a good life.
Yeah, it champions a lot of the same values, the human values, but it's a different approach, and the guy swears all the time. So.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nick, and
Thank you
for doing the Google slide thing. I think Julia shared with us last time. Melody, would you like to share with us today?
Yes. Hello.
Hey.
I'm trying to remember the things I even have on here. I haven't looked at it since last week. Well, I'm from the island of St. Lucia. That's where I was born and raised. So I have a beautiful picture of what it would look like. I think that's like Soufrière, the town of Soufrière in there. And then we have the Pitons, which are the two mountains that are well known. People hike up there all the time. They look like they're right next to each other, but there's actually like a whole valley between them. Yeah, just a beautiful place. That's where I grew up in Paradise. And now I live in Chicago, and there's winter and all the things. I love fruit. I have mango and passion fruits on there, which are my two favorite fruits. I just love food in general, but fresh fruit, tropical fruits are my sweet spot. And then I play violin, so I have a violin on there. I also just love music and creating music with other people, so maybe we can have a jam session sometime as part of our gathering. Steven Universe is also on there because that's one of my favorite shows that I'm watching right now. It's just very heartwarming and wholesome, and it has so many lessons packed into these like 17-minute long episodes. It's just all about being a kind human, which is, I imagine, why we're all here today, how to be more human and ourselves. And I feel like Steven Universe really embraces that. And then I have a picture. I was trying to find a picture that embodies this weird thing about me, which is I remember things that happened in a lot of detail, like little memories of things that happened in the past. And I replay those stories. Teal is not here tonight, but my partner Teal, we joke about this because I would bring up a story in detail that happened multiple times. And he would say, you've already told me this story. And I think that maybe that connects to just that I love being present, and I love spending time with people and seeing the fullness of who they are. And I think those memories are precious to me. Yeah, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited for the journey with all of you. Thanks for making space for me.
Thank you, Melody. Amazing. Yes, I'm writing. I wrote the reminder of jam sessions, and thank you for sharing with us. Yes, reliving and remembering things. There's actually a part in the book too this week that talks about that, of how our minds just, other animals don't do that. They don't reminisce. But what I've learned is that it's just a blip. It's just like a little thing that is not working in how our mind is processing information, and can be actually cleared in a very effective way. And I'll be sharing more about that, but totally normal. We do it, and it happens. So Illich, hi. Let us know
Hi
more
guys.
about this.
I originally had a plan to do a lot more for this, but then my week was very crazy. I'm the only person in my department right now, so I have been working crazy hours. So this is from last week, but I am also from the island of St. Lucia. That is where I've been born and raised, and have been living for the past 3 years. since I came back from school. Before that, I used to live in Trinidad, and it's actually a really beautiful place. That section of the island is near Marigot area, which is a little lower down from the coast, but usually you can see the pitons depending on if you're on the east coast or west coast. But it's a really beautiful place to live. I unfortunately do not know what Chicago is like. I haven't been there, but I hope to come there sometime. Meet some of you guys in person. I am also an artist. So I was trying to put in art styles that I really like and put in my own artwork, but I didn't have a chance to. So I really love Salvador Dali, especially surrealism. That kind of mix between what's real and what's not, and going into bends of reality that you can kind of shape. I really love that kind of artwork. And I put this in a lot into my artwork too. And again, I didn't have time to put in some of my stuff, but it's some of the things I kind of like. Yeah, Nick, I love Dali as well. And I've tried to put some of my shows too, like BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty and Steven Universe. Also, I really love animation, especially adult animation. So, yeah, that's me for now. I
Yes.
really look forward to getting to know everybody here. Honestly, it's been such a blessing just coming for last week and this week, just sharing and learning so much about everybody.
Thank you, Ilich. And if you haven't noticed, the similarity of last names, Ilich is Melody's brother. I don't know if you said that, but
I didn't see that.
love to have you both here. And Ilich, if you want to share your like Instagram handle or something with us to see your art,
Oh yeah,
that'd be great.
That's actually a really good idea. I'll put this in the chat.
Great, thank you so much. All right, is Kevin here? I think I saw him. Nope. Okay, wait, I don't know who this is. Well, suspense. Oh, I think there's, am I muted? No. I think there's the lead thing in the Art Institute in Chicago right now, in case you're interested in there, know that. Pretty cool. An exhibition or whatever that's called. Awesome. That's Ilich Instagram. Okay. Abril, the other Abril.
Hi, yes, I'm April. I'm so happy
April.
to know that there's another Abril here. Like last week when Andrea was talking about astrology, I'm also a huge astrologer person. I'm not that good, but I love it. So that means I'm a Capricorn sun. I know birth charts, and I mean, if you can tell me like your birth chart, I can read it off the bat and stuff like that if you're interested. I'm Latina, so that whole picture right there is like pure Latina, with the food, the flowers, Frida Kahlo, Loteria, that perfectly describes everything. I'm a concert fanatic. If I'm not at home or at work, you can find me any place that plays music. I haven't been to any lately, but that's always like a goal that I like to do. Um, I love Halloween. So around Halloween time, I think that's when I feel like my most self. I love everything about it, from the spooky things to the cute pumpkin patches. I like to travel. I work for Chicago Public Schools as well. I'm a huge coffee person. My partner and I like to go to different coffee shops every Sunday. It's like our little tradition. So if you guys would like recommendations, I got you. Right now I'm starting a new journey with fitness. So it's going well. Well, I hope it's going well. So that's what that's like my main thing right now. Um, Something that I would like to share but not share, I think that was one of the questions, is that I have anxiety. As much as like, outside it looks like, I'm all put together, but inside I'm like literally falling apart, as I would like to say. But the good thing is that I am doing therapy for it, and I have been doing therapy for 4 years, because when we have our good days, they're 100% when we have our bad days, boy, are they the bad ones. And that's all.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I mean, so inspiring. I mean, again, I'm gonna keep quoting this book, but it says that it takes courage to, you know, to create new agreements for yourself. And anxiety is just our mind trying to protect us and being like, oh, come on, there's something wrong. But it takes courage and like commitment to work through that. So thank you for sharing that and for doing that work. Yes, so glad you're here. I love this. I was like looking at the slides to like prepare for the call, and I was like, yes, astrology. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for your service in the Chicago Public Schools. Let's see. Blanca, are you there? Oh, and by the way, anyone, if you like didn't get to do a slide, it's fine. And you want to talk today, let's do it. Blanca. Let's see, girl, are you? I see you're in the call. Are you able to talk on the mic? Doesn't look like it. So I will introduce Blanca. Just kidding. But what I all good. Blanca is the.
Hello, sorry. Can
There
you
you
hear me?
go. I was just gonna go in and present you. You can hear you. Oh wait, you're muted again.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. There's something else that was open. Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry. I think I messed up on my slide bit. My name is Blanca. I am a student. I'm 22 years old. I am in Southern California. I attend Cal State Fullerton. And I have this page for first generation students on Instagram. That little logo in the corner, that Fresh and Survival Guide, that's my account. I actually created it out of creating community for first generation students, for them to share their voices and to share their experiences and to, you know, support each other with advice and guidance. I also have this photo of popcorn because popcorn is my favorite snack, and that's what I like to eat when I get a break or something. But I'm originally from, or not myself, but my culture, my family is from El Salvador. So part of them, they are part of El Salvador, and then the other part is Guatemalan. So two different countries, that is my heritage. And then popcorn's a favorite snack, but my favorite food from my mother's side is pupusas, and that's what Salvadorans eat. But yes, that is a bit about myself. I'm excited to be part of this program because I'm excited to see all the potential I can gain in regards to support, guidance, and learn how to fill myself with a lot of information and mentorship on how to, you know, support my community and support myself along the process. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much, Blanca. Yeah, I was like, class. Okay. You thank you for sharing all of that. Love first and survival guides. Blanca is great to connecting with other people and doing lives, and I know you have some merch and everything, so it'd be great if you share your Instagram there as well. And also, Blanca, we're also sharing, this is not a usual introduction, but we're also sharing something that you wouldn't usually share with people, but you want to share with us now. So would you like to share something with us more than besides what you shared?
Oh yes, let me think. I used to play the violin That was my favorite
Wow.
instrument. The violin was my favorite instrument. I was learning how to play in 4th grade. So now I'm trying to learn how to play it again. But that was my safe haven. I actually did play music. And again, listening to Javier and his background, him being a teacher as well, just really surprised me because that's the reason why I enjoy my schooling. I went to the LA public school district and we didn't have opportunities with, instruments or having access to musical support, just learning how to play because a lot of the times we'd have to pay for that introduction to music, but this was embedded into our classroom. And I really liked that introduction to music. When it happened in my 4th grade education, I got the opportunity to learn how to play music and play the violin, and that was my favorite instrument. So that is
I
something about
mean,
me.
it's the best instrument. So great to hear that, fellow violinist. Thank you so much, Blanca.
Thank you guys.
Um, let's see. I see you, Jonathan. I'm just making a decision right
Hey, what's up,
now.
guys?
Hey,
You guys hear me?
yes,
Okay.
why don't you go ahead and let's just everyone introduce today so we don't keep moving it to the next day. I'm trying to see what we still have left of the call, but please go ahead and share with us what you got here.
Guitar is the best instrument. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Johnny, Jonathan, however you want to call me. I'm a music teacher too. I'm currently student teaching out in South Holland, Thornwood High School over here in Chicago. I'll be done Cinco de Mayo. And then I'm trying to be a band director, so I'm applying for different jobs and stuff, different districts, CPS, and wherever I can get. But these are all the instruments that I play. I'm mostly a guitar player though. That's my main instrument. And then my second instrument is like the drums. I play in a couple bands where I play guitar in one and I play drums in the other. And I guess something that I don't like people to know is like I love working on cars. I'm a cars dude. So I'm always working with my hands. My hands are always dirty. And because I love music, it's like my pet peeve where I cannot touch my instruments with my hands dirty. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, if my hands are dirty, I can't play the instrument, and it's just extremely annoying. Like after a couple of days, like I still got little marks here. I was working on my car on Friday. I still got marks on my hands, and it's just something that I don't tell people.
Well, now we know who to call when our car's not working.
Yeah, it helps
Wow,
sometimes.
that's awesome. Thank you so much. I can see it already. You as a band director, and you bring this great energy, and students love that, and I'm very excited for you on that. And that's
Thank
cool that you work on cars.
Yeah,
Thank you so
also
much. So
thank you guys for having me too.
of
Thank you guys
course.
for having me, and it's a pleasure to be in front of everybody here. Let's try to have a great atmosphere, and just the first book chapters. Like I've already read a little bit past it, but it's been helping me, and I got some quotes too. If you don't mind, if I could share a couple quotes that
Go
I found
ahead.
at the end of class though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To end with bang.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, let's go with Victoria. Get this checked.
Whoa, hey. I was enjoying everyone's slides and feeling it. And then mine popped up. I'm like, oh, here we go. All right. So hey, if you don't know me already, I'm Victoria. I use she, her pronouns. And this is a little bit about me. So I'm going to start on the left. Yes, to everybody who mentioned coffee. I also love coffee. I don't know if you can see this, but I love it so much. I tattooed it on my body with some books because that was like my first love was reading, even before I started playing violin. I love violin too. I'm a violin teacher. I'm a music teacher. But I think that my I don't know, there's a lot of, I went to school for music education and I went to school for instrumental education. And because of that, like strings were my concentration. And because of that, there's like a lot of baggage with like violin, like good and bad, just because, you know, we practiced a lot and we, you know, did a lot with our main instrument. So long story long, my mandolin is actually my, you know, favorite instrument right now, and I'm learning how to do it. And I'm really excited that I found the mandolin. So that's why that's there. Let's see. Oh, okay. Shout out to, so Jamie Umanzor also mentioned this last week too. Pupusas are fucking amazing. I didn't put a pupusa on there because I was like, okay, well, I'll put something else on there. I put a sope on there. It's like a, I think, people can please correct me, but I think sopes are like Mexico. But this also represents like my love for food and my love for especially like Latin American food, specifically Mexican food, El Salvadorian food, and Guatemalan food. Also, I'm learning how to speak Spanish and I want to be fluent enough to be a translator someday. So yep, I'm getting hungry too, Miran. Yep. Where the pupusas just appear. Yes, and also my fiance, she is Latina as well. So she's been opening my taste buds up to a lot of amazing foods, and she introduced pupusas to me, and I will forever be grateful to her. I hope she can hear me say that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So I put a hiking trail there because I love to hike. I love being among the trees. I'm a Pisces and I love water, but I also love being amongst the trees. I put the Nintendo Switch on there because I'm a gamer. I'm like a new gamer. I wasn't a gamer as a kid, but I'm like a fresh gamer in the past couple of years. And I really love the Mario games. And my birthday is also on March 10th. And that's Mario Day because, yeah. So special shout out to Mario. Okay. And then I love this side of my slide, y'all. I am so inspired by musicians, especially. Yes, thank you, Javier, for putting that in there. March 10, Mario Day. Look at all these wonderful musicians. I am so inspired. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite musician, but that's why I put Talia at the top because she's my favorite. She's my favorite artist. She's La Reina. She's the best. She's the queen of Latin pop. And I love her so much, and I'm so glad I found her music. Stevie Nicks is on there. My mandolin is named Rhiannon. If that gives you any hint on how much I love Stevie Nicks. We've got some Joni Mitchell. Regina Carter is on there. I actually got to perform with her. She's an amazing jazz violinist, and yeah, she's her music is really great. Definitely check her out. Oh my God, look at Alanis just sitting there. I love Alanis. Also, shout out to Becca. I actually got to see Alanis Morissette twice in the past couple of years with Becca. If you're still on the call, heck yeah, we saw her twice in person. It was amazing. And we're gonna go see the Jagged Little Pill musical this Saturday. Had to just share my excitement about that because it's happening. And then Punch Brothers and I'm With Her are the two bands at the bottom. They inspire me as a mandolinist and also as a violinist who has been pretty like uninspired with violin recently and uninspired with the classical music world. So it's nice to have bands like Punch Brothers, I'm With Her, and then Regina Carter, of course, because they're very chill violinists and not as uppity as some classical musicians, I guess. Not all of them are uppity, but you know, I don't fit into that classical musician box. So long story long, yes, what I put in the center there is the thing that I don't really like to share with people unless I feel like comfortable to, and I feel very comfortable being transparent with all of you, even though we don't know each other too well yet. Y'all seem like a really empathetic and wonderful group, but I'm an overthinker, and I am also someone who has, it doesn't seem like it, usually seem like a very positive, like bubbly person, but on the inside, like a lot of the time, that's not how my thought processes are, or like my original thought processes are. I can tend to be like pretty negative towards myself, and that kind of bleeds into other things. And I can be like kind of judgmental too towards myself, and that kind of leads into being judgmental towards others when I know that that's not how my true soul is. That's not how my light really wants to be. But yeah, so I'm trying to sing Here Comes a Thought from Steven Universe. Yeah, shout out to Steven Universe. A lot this week because my overthinking brain has just been like taking over, and I've just been feeling real bummed out about a lot of things. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. If you ever need music recommendations, the music I love to listen to is like a very wide genre. So if you need a little bit of recommendations, let me know. And yay, thank you for letting me share a little bit about myself. Bye.
Thank you, Victoria. Victoria is definitely a great music recommendator. If that's a profession, I'm always like, oh my God, what would be a great song for this? Or like, you tell me the best Thalia song. And there's always a lot of messages giving me the best songs.
Kiel Morena.
I love it. Thank you, y'all. I'm making an executive decision right here to pause on the introductions, but before that, so that we can actually finish by 8:30 or before. But I know Tracy really wanted to introduce herself last time. Tracy, would you mind introducing yourself right now before we move on?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy. How do I put it? So I'm a professional tarot card reader. I do energy work and sound healing. I also actually took the time and like wrote out the whole thing. So I'm Chicago born and raised. I've traveled all over Europe, especially Northern and Eastern Europe. I wanted to say to Nick, ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. So I do speak a little bit of Dutch. I don't know if I could help you at all, but I lived in when I was 17, I lived there for a semester. So that was really cool to hear that you're learning Dutch. But, I love to read, watch movies, and sing. I've been through some personal turmoil recently that has me like really needing to reinvent myself in my own image versus like being the person who like my family or other people, and like most specifically, like the person that my traumas have made me. So that's something that it's like, it sounds like it could be simple, but it's really not. And so it's been a little bit challenging as I continue to like grow apart from some of the things that haven't been serving me and working for me. And so, yeah, that was my like personal share. And like, I'm just excited to be a part of the group because it seems like a good opportunity to get to know some new people and also to get to know some different facets of myself. I know we didn't get a chance to discuss the reading at all, but just super quickly, like just getting through that little bit, the book looks so non-threatening and small until you start to actually read it. And there were like a number of different points that were just like super, super impactful. And so that's part of what lets me know that I think I'm in the right place with you guys here. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, definitely, this is like getting to know yourself more by being with other people. And so thank you so much for that. And I might contact you for some tarot reading. All right, thank you so much. Let me see what we got here so we can move on. Let me share. Okay, we'll look at this next time. Look at this next time too. This just a reminder for your moving forward action I think I saw Nick post something of moving forward, and then I would love to see more of that of you all share next time. I will let this for next time. So for next week, I said a lot of nexts. Reread chapter 1, Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. Like Tracy said, it's a very like non-threatening book as it looks, but it's very profound. It has a lot of things. So I know this for some of you might be like, what? But I already read it. Like, why am I going to read it? You will make the decision at the end. But I would highly recommend reading it again, kind of like look at your life this week. Maybe you like, if you read it, what do I want to say? Be watching your life like this next 2 days, for example, and then read it again and see what comes up for you. What our culture, what we're used to is like going fast and like as much information as possible. So that's why I want us to practice this here right now and like read it again and kind of like see other things. Our mind usually, like it talks about there, our attention shifts from things to one thing to another, so we can actually grab other things as we read it again. And connect with someone on the WhatsApp group to kind of like have an accountability buddy, just a buddy. And you can write, for example, in the WhatsApp group, hey, this is Andrea, and I would love someone to check in with during the week. And, you know, if you're like, oh man, I like vibe with that person, let me answer back. Stuff like that. Is I know all the numbers in the WhatsApp group don't have the names associated with it. So just say your name in the text so that we know it's you. Either keep working on your moving forward action or find a new thing that will bring ease, or like something you can streamline in your life that can bring ease and happiness, yes, to your everyday. Here are some reminders that you can see in the slides when I put them in the Mighty Networks. But for now, if you are a research person or you lead an organization, you know how important surveys are. So we have this survey that we would be so appreciate for you to fill out before the next class, and it's for to create more impact as Human Values Collective. We need to collect information to see how this is helping the people who are part of the programs. And so there's just some questions here, why we're interested in participating. What is your, for example, how important is creating a sense of connectedness among a large number of community members. So for those us overthinkers, mess it up. It's okay, put what comes to mind first. It doesn't have to be a whole dissertation, but just write what comes to mind, and that will be very helpful. So that's just how the thing looks. Let me put that link in the chat. Chat, where are you? But it will also be on the slides, and yeah, on the slides, and I'll probably send it in email. So that's it. We will continue with, it's such a good problem to have, but it's too many of us that we need to do introductions for like 3 weeks. Hopefully that will be it. So I'm so looking forward to hear from Andres and Becca and Brahmana next time, and Miran. I think that's it. And hopefully other people who join the mentorship program, if you know them and they haven't been in the calls, tell them that this is very cool and then make sure they join. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I honor all the work that you do every day. Have a great week. Reread Domestication and the Dream of the Planet, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If anyone needs help
That's
with
cool.
anything, please stick around so we can help you.
You
Bye.
mind if I share a quote real quick?
Yes.
I was gonna share 2 of them, but I'll just share one of them for now if you guys are still here. This is from Aristotle. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain.
Wow. Learn without pain. Who was that by?
Aristotle, Greek philosopher.
Ah, okay. Wow. Yes, it's kind of like the going through the motions of
I don't know.
life.
We had talked about some stuff from last week, but for me, like pain could be like dedication and sacrifice to putting in time and effort into something to receive.
For
know?
sure. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm excited for you sharing more stuff of like the reading and everything. I can already see y'all have very insightful comments.
Jonathan,
so
thank you
much.
for sharing that. That was like kind of intense. My first response was to be like, no, but then sometimes the discomfort is what gets you to move, you know, and what gets you to acknowledge that something is wrong. So that's like huge.
You're welcome. Thank you. I hope I inspired some of y'all out there.
Yes.
Definitely.
Music
Thank you,
teacher.
Jonathan.
Let's look at I don't know why this is not showing up for me. The Mighty Networks. So in one of the emails, there's a invitation to join, or I can also put your email there. What are the questions actually? How can I be of service?
Can you help my outdated technology sensibilities? You sent me an email. Are you sending me the email or